Coach Richt?
All right, it was a very good fundamental day. It was our normal, a lot of kicking, a lot of fundamentals, our team run, our team blitz, our move the field stuff, offense versus defense. Really, the tough, long practice, they did a nice job, I thought. The offense actually won the day today, which was great, and it took the two offense to get 3 out of 4 on the very last drive against the #1 defense. So that was huge for them. They haven't had a lot of success against the #1 defense, but much more competitive, really every day. First couple of days the margin was pretty bad for the defense, but even when the defense has won the last day or two, it's been tight race. So that's a good sign. I don't know, just Groundhog's Day, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You're starting to work special teams a little more. What can you tell us about kind of how your return game is looking? Who you got working back there?
Yeah, it's so hard to say. I do think we have a good many guys that can be returners. We just have to decide. A lot of people want the most prolific return man, but I want the most dependable return man first. He happens to be the most prolific as a runner and a guy that can stick it in the end zone, great, but if he's great at that and doesn't feel the ball well or doesn't secure the ball well, then he won't be the guy. So I want the most dependable guy. We're working so many guys, I don't even know what to tell you on that, but the good news is we have more than 1 or 2 or 3 guys that can do kick and punt return.
Like Braxton, Stacy, Malcolm.
Braxton, Stacy, Malcolm. We're teaching Sam Bruce, Malcolm Lewis, very dependable. Corn. And then Mark Walton on kickoff return, and Gus on kickoff return, and I think Coley on kickoff return. Probably, Braxton, Corn, but most of them doubling up.
See Gus Edwards on kickoff return?
Yeah, he may be the off return man, but he's back there. He'll probably be more of an off return man, but if the ball goes his way, he'll be returning it.
A lot of the players we talked to have mentioned the word consistency as something they're really working on. Just from lots of the practices yourself, like how much of this team right now is playing to the consistency level that you want them to?
Not yet. No one's really doing that yet, but we're getting closer and we're pursuing that. Obviously, even for those guys that be saying it, they understand how important it is. But we're getting better. Even when you watch film offensively, when you start out, you might have 7 out of 11 doing right, and you get beat. Then you get 8, 9, 10 out of 11 doing right. You're getting closer, but you still end up losing maybe that rep. And then when everybody starts doing it, that's when you start really clicking. And I will say this today: if we caught the ball when the ball was like right in our hands, and I'm talking about tight end and the wide receiver position, it'd have been not a landslide, but there would have been no drama at the end. We dropped too many balls today.
How's the trenches looking? Is D-line sticking out to you at all?
I just like the way the D's playing, period. I like how hard they're playing. I like the energy they're playing with. Definitely like what the front four is doing, but I like what all of them are doing. They have really impressed me. It's night and day on the effort level and the execution, and especially open field tackling has just changed dramatically from the spring to the fall.
You were telling us in Charlotte that you hired Coach Kuligowski before you hired Coach Diaz.
Right.
And what was the reason for that?
I think he's one of the best in the business, if not the best. And if I had a D coordinator that didn't want him, I figure I probably got I don't have the right D coordinator. I mean, any D coordinator would be super excited about Coach Cool being a part of it.
How long have you known Coach Cool?
I just knew him through Coach Pinkel. I mean, Gary Pinkel and I have become, got to know each other, pretty good friends through the head coaching thing. Mm-hmm. And he actually gave me a call. He said, it looks like Cool may not get retained. We might ought to talk to him. I called him within 5 minutes. And I would have hired him on the spot, or at least offered him the job on the spot, but I told him I needed to get my D coordinator in line first, but he's my first choice and all that. And then less than 24 hours after that, I'm like, I'm stupid if I wait. Because I guarantee everybody else is going to pursue this guy as well. So I called him back and offered him the job.
I'm going to ask him later today, but any idea how this guy was never a defensive coordinator? Or, he's been coaching so long, I figured somebody would have given him a shot.
Well, it's probably still in the probably still a very real possibility one day. But he's got tremendous value as he is, and he's helping Manny coordinate, I can tell you that.
I wanted to ask you just a general scrimmage question. I guess you did ones versus twos last Wednesday. Do you go now ones versus ones this Wednesday, or is that a general thing you like to do?
In the fall we tend to go ones versus twos versus ones. Spring we go one versus one.
What's the rationale for the ones?
Well, part of it is when you get into, let's say you're in the season, and you're mostly scout teamwork, but we'll still do stuff against each other. What we'll ask the two units to do is, let's say we need cover two. Well, we might ask, man, hey, with the twos, can you run some cover two for the one offense, and vice versa. Defense might need to see zone read. Well, the scout team could do it okay, but your number two offense is going to do that a lot, give you a lot better look. So the two offense and two defense tend to give a really good look. If there's something that we do in our system, we'll call it that way, if that makes sense. That's a big part of it.
Coach Ryan.
Last question, guys.
Ryan Mays, we saw him on the bike today.
Yeah.
Didn't look like he was using his left arm too much.
Yeah.
His shoulder.
Yeah, dinged it. I don't think there's any kind of surgical deal. It just hurts right now.